What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for joining me tonight and watching this later. So, hey, today I thought we would do a hop cycle with our character. This is going to be our final installment of this series, animating these limbless characters. We may try to make a short out of it afterwards, but this will be the last one of this. And we're going to just do a hop cycle. What's up, Douglas? How's it going, man? Mariano, how's it going, buddy? So we're gonna do a hop cycle right here, all right? And we maybe just kind of do a couple of variations on that real quick. We try to keep this about 30 minutes if we can. All right, as always, thanks for supporting. All of you have purchased the hand packs and the character crash on Gumroad. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Thanks for doing that. Every little bit helps. Got some new stuff coming out for the Gumroad channel, some characters, some more packs for other stuff that you guys could use to make your life easier animating in Moho. So we'll get started right here. All right, let me get this going here for us. All right, here we are. We got Crash in the mix. All right, go to frame 1. My stylus is not working. I had the wrong stylus. Life without the right stylus, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, frame 1. As always, Control F freezes the pose. Oh, all right. Thanks, Douglas. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Thanks. Thanks for joining me tonight as well. All right, so we're going to start right here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to make one little jump, all right? Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining in. Doing a jump cycle here. So we'll start there, go to 6. And like I said, I kind of do a pose to pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to squash him down in anticipation for what's to come. And then we could turn him, right? And then we'll get him looking down. So maybe that's how he's going to start us off right there with a little bit of anticipation. So he looks down, and then we'll just get him to push off. He'll hold that pose, so we'll Control F right there, and then right out of it, maybe 2 frames, he'll push off. Hey, how's it going, hero? Nice to have you joining us. Thanks for coming, hang out with us today. He'll look up, right? He'll turn this way. And I always mess with that. I rigged him to go up and down. We'll go up right there. Hey, how's the music to my voice? Somebody chime in, let me know if you can hear, if everything's sounding all right. Got him going like that. Then we'll bring him down. Slide him over just a little bit. You hear me? Good. Awesome. Got a little bit of slide. Let's lift him up a little. Down right there. He hits, and then the next frame we're going to squash him. And then we can roll him over just a little bit more. Face is should go about down, about right there. Hey, family, how's it going? Fan right here in the house. Bro, my Saints lost last Thursday. What's up with that? Oh, man. I know. I only had one Saints fan watching me, but that's all right. Hey, thanks, Mariano. I appreciate the compliment. It's fun. If you hold Alt, like in all, and click, you can shorten out your loop region there. Not digging that pose. We'll delete that. Midway, we'll lift him up, turn him, we'll face him up, we'll stretch him out. Hey, I'm glad you like the Santa. I've been on vacation. End of the year, we take vacation, whatever days I had accumulated left. And so this week I knocked out like 4 characters in Moho, just messing around. Got some retro looking stuff, and then I started working on Santa. He's been a fun character to do. He's got a lot of good action to him. Yeah, I took that slide out of there. I don't know if you noticed that slide we had in there. Got rid of that. So that was the goal of deleting those frames. And you know what? Let's just do it where it's going to be a looping cycle all the way across. So we're not going to even turn him that way. We're just going to keep him going in the right direction. Can't overextend the rig. Turn him back. Squash him. Let's turn him from the beginning. That way we can just create this. We'll have him hop across the screen. Advance 2 frames. Come up. Look up. Come back to neutral. So we'll just take the first frame. We'll copy it. And then we'll paste it. Those first frames there. I didn't want to do that. I moved it. Can't do that. So we'll come back to here. Nope. Squash him back down. Anybody got any questions, you can chime in. How long does it take to do all of it? It just depends what you're doing, Mariano. Mariano asked. Just depends. Sometimes it could take a week, 2. Just depends how detailed it gets. Just to make one character. I made Santa in a day. So kind of gives you an idea. Family says 2D animations are better than 3D animations in his opinion. I like them both, man. I like them both. I do 3D. It's just, for me, it was so much more work. I like 2D. You know, I'm just kind of a fan of it. So that's why I do it more. But I still do some 3D. I use ZBrush and Cinema 4D to do 3D. And I like it. I like his roll back that we got going here. So when he lands, he squashes down and then he kind of rolls back into his neutral position. All right, so let's add some secondary motions here. So when he comes down right here, let's blink his eyes. Let's put his brows down, maybe close his mouth. So we do like that. So we got his position. Let's see how it goes as far as the pace. Maybe a little fast. Trick we've been learning that we could do is select all of the keyframes, maybe, if we can do that. All right, and holding down the Alt key, if you pull, it'll scale your keyframes for you. And we can add some time between it. I feels good for a little casual hop cycle. All right, so here we go. Blinks. Maybe when he's up in the air, his mouth opens a little more. His brows, we can go up. Even here, maybe we can turn him back just a little as he's coming in. And as he squashes down, his eyes will blink again. Think about the when you're animating, think about, you know, when you jump up and down, you know, sometimes that force of landing or taking off, I mean, you'll squint your eyes because it's a jolt to the body. I mean, so think of a ball when he's hitting down on the ground, as maybe his mouth closes on the force of that, right? That freedom of flight in the air. This rig, yeah, squash and stretch, you can make them a little bit bigger and fatter, but once you kind of rig a character, it's rigged to whatever it's going to do. Mario asked, can you make them bigger, fatter, change them up a little bit? You can on some, but you usually have an idea, and then the squash and stretch makes them skinnier and fatter, and it gives you more movement in your character. Look what we got. That brow up top might be a little much for me, so I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. Right there. Face is up, turned all the way. That might be a little far for me. I don't know, that's a little too much lean. I'm not digging that. Looks like he moved. Need to bring him down or make him. Like I moved that bone. Hope everybody had a good week this week. Great day. If you live here in the Midwest or anywhere in the North, we are getting pounded in with snow. Shoveled my driveway like 3 or 4 times yesterday, a couple times today. So we're getting quite the snow. And the cool thing is, yesterday my garage door broke. So once I got the car out, all me and my kids' cars are all out in the driveway just getting pummeled in snow. So that's fun. So I like that little hop cycle right there. That'll get us going good. That back action might be a little fast right there, so I'll stretch that out just a few frames. Like that a little better. Let's give it maybe another couple of frames. That works for me. All right, so this is gonna be just a casual hop along the screen here. So if we take this, like we talked about in the past, and we use the Swiss Army Bones tool here, we can save this as, we'll just call it walk 1. Right? I'll save it in my You gotta save these. It's not this folder I'm looking for. You gotta save these presets with this software in your designated content folder, and it's got to be labeled bone animations for you to be able to pull them back up, right? So we'll call it walk 1. So now saving it in here, I can come up to load, right? Open Crash's file right there. And at 36, if I want to, there's walk 1. We just made it. I can load it back up. The cool thing about this is it starts from its last point and then gives me another jump cycle across. So if I want to, I can load walk 1 again right there. And look, now we got him jumping across the screen. Let's load it again. Right? And so we'll alt click 144. Let's just get him off the screen, walk him all the way out. He'll make a quick exit there. All right, so here we go. Let's play what we got. I got too many frames in between. So let's go back to here and let's start it right from there. So let's go back and load it up. And then right there, we'll load it up again. And we'll load it up again. All right. Let's see if that does this better right there. Alt click, not control click. Having issues with my tablet here tonight. Sorry, everybody. There we go. Yeah, that feels better. Still might have a little more time, too much time in between that rest cycle, but that kind of gives you an idea. All right, Mariano, thanks for joining me, man. Appreciate it. You notice the graphics are off. That's a computer issue. I've told you on the other. But so there we go. Walk cycle 1, kind of just moving along. So let's do a variation on that. All right, we froze the pose. Here we go. At about 6, let's squash him down. 2 frames later, we'll stretch him up. And then we'll just kind of scoot him over. And then squash him back down. And then pop him back up. So he never really leaves the ground. He's just kind of pushing himself along. So let's get a little momentum. Push forward. We'll lean him forward a little bit. Come back. Maybe we'll blink there. Blink there. Half blink. Him up a little bit more. Maybe he looks up just to show that he's got motion, and he comes down. got it looping back to 0. I don't want to loop back to 0. Anybody got any questions so far? Another little take on a walk cycle, just kind of scooting along. If you wanted to watch something like this, just to get some ideas, if you're doing limbless characters and you wanted to watch somebody doing it live, or like in a cartoon setting. Angry Birds, the cartoon, you can watch a lot of episodes on YouTube. Go back, watch them in slow motion. They scoot along. Veggie Tales, if you were a fan of that back in the day, you can find some of that stuff online. A lot of limbless characters, and they kind of just scoot along like that. Close his mouth on that one. Open it up. All right. So there again, too, we can just highlight it, save it. Got walk 1 there. Walk 2. All right. Stops at 2 frames. We'll load. Crash. We'll load. Walk 2. Yeah, family. I do. I think about it. I map it out. I'll storyboard it out. He asked if I have an idea of what my character animations are going to be ahead of time before I animate. Sometimes I just go off the fly just to practice. I think of a move or a maneuver like Santa. Santa's been all just practice as far as animation goes and stuff like that. But most of the time, I know I kind of have an idea what I want him to do. Like I said, a lot of my stuff is I use it to teach kids, so they're part of illustrations, bringing up a point on the screen or whatever like that. So I have an idea what I want them to do ahead of time. If I do any kind of lengthy animation, I'll storyboard it out and have an idea where I'm going with it. If you don't do that, you end up spinning your wheels. I learned that a long time ago. I used to just go for it and do it, and I'd never really finish any projects. And so I said, well, the pros do this, so there must be some reason behind it. And as soon as I did that, figured it out on paper first before I actually got on the computer, I became way more efficient with my time and my animation. So just a little something to think about. So we'll just move these closer, make it a more unified cycle here. Right, and here we go. He ain't getting anywhere fast doing it that way, I tell you what. Inching along, but he's working it. So as you can see, you can do all kinds of different variations on it, you know. So maybe he slides further. Change it up. You didn't see what I just did. I turned on the onion skin, if you're wondering what that red is right there. I have an issue on my other computer. It's not really registering the onion skin for me. I don't know why. but it is on this one, so good. I was trying to animate some stuff for this the Santa Claus animation that you see, and I was going to do some frame by frame stuff, but it didn't work out. So there you go. Put some variation into it. He jumps, he scoots, he hops, all those kind of things, and then when you're done, you can add. We can add all this stuff together. So let's do we just did a walk 2, all right? But then let's do a walk 1 right after that, and let's play this through. So both walk cycles together. And then at the end of it, let's do the jump that we did in the first one. And then we'll give him another walk cycle right out the screen. So we're going to walk 1. Hey, Colonel, I'm glad you got here, man. Appreciate it. Colonial, sorry. How you been, Phil? Been good? Yeah, I saw you had posted on the web there. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it tonight. I was going to comment, but then I'm like, well, maybe I won't get to it. But I'm glad I did. So let's go walk 2. And then let's go another walk 2. So we can see how that looks. There we go. Colonel, got it. And there you go. Put them all together. We get this guy doing animation, going across the screen. Sure saves a lot of time. In the end, you know, once you build all these animations, now I can go back and anytime I want to throw something together, I got him walking across the stage. We got him jumping in. We got him just gesturing right, left, like that. So I can build. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can build a quick animation with that. So if anybody's got any questions about this, I'll be happy to answer them. If not, I'll pull up the Santa file since people seem to be interested in that. So I'll give you guys a little run on what that looks like. Anybody, I'll give you a chance to chime in. I know the feed's a little bit off from where I'm at. All right, let's open up some Santa. So this is him. Actually, I'll open up the file I'm working on here. Here he is. Background in here on my other computer. So, to give it a yeah, and that Phil says that when you take a simple character and then you can add animation to it and make it look more complex. Exactly. And I think that's got to do with the rigging too. If we give him up and down motion, side to side motion, squash and stretch, you can really pull a lot of character out of a character, a simple character. And that's always my goal, is to keep character simple, because I'm not that good, but then try to bring as much life and character in the simple things. So that's kind of what I like to do. If you notice, I got a film over this, and all that is a layer with a gradient on it, and that's to kind of help me control that night light. So what I did was I put the gradient over the top of the whole thing. There's a night background, but like I said, that JPEG is on my other computer, so it's not coming up here. And then I put a gradient over the top of Santa because he's so stark, to kind of make it look like it's a nighttime scene. Let's see. And so, and then we got the snow that actually, let me just put a background in here. So click on this. We will add just the plain. Yeah, so I don't want to plain. Really dark blue. Do a full strength. All right, so that way you guys can see what's going on here. Thank you. Still likes the Santa's head turn. So here we go. Got Santa here, you can see it. And so I put that gradient on top of it, just so, as you can see, when I turn it off and on, you can see the difference. Gives him that, takes all that stark brightness out of the scene. It kind of makes it more look like a night scene. I made the bag, animated the bag. Let's go down to the control layer here. See all the rigging we have here. So I call it Secret Santa. It's just a little short thing that I'm working on, but it's really nothing. So the bag flies in, little frame by frame, as you can see the snow flying right there. But my onion skin was not working on my other computer, and it doesn't seem to be working on this one either. So I don't know what's going on with this file. Yeah, family says he needs to map out his ideas before he starts animating. It really would give you time back, man. If you do, you think you might be wasting time in the beginning, but once you start animating, it's such a detailed process. If you have a map where you're headed, it'll definitely help you out. I learned that finally. So Santa jumps in, little frame by frame snow. He pounces back up, and he starts looking around, checking out what's going on. Did a little foreshortening in the arm. If you notice, the bones getting smaller as we go across right here. All I did was shrunk the bones live. As long as you have the next pose where the bones are natural, like you had them, it'll go back. So make sure you always set your pose ahead of time if you want to do some kind of foreshortening where you can shorten the bones. They'll grow back like they should be. All right. So he goes down here. He looks to this side. He looks around. His eyes move side to side. There again here, foreshortening in the arm. Bringing it closer, scaling the hand up just a little bit to kind of make it look like he's actually turning towards the screen. So this arm's moving back and this arm's moving forward. I didn't accomplish it great. I didn't want to spend a ton of time on him. I mean, it's not like I'm actually doing anything with this as of right now, but he comes across, he looks, he starts to scale up. Kind of got that look on his face. Then he gets ready to run. He shoots off the screen. Snow flies. He comes in. He gets his bag. He grabs it. Pulls it out. little snow flying off of that. So that's the scene right there. I'll animate a graphic to come in or something like that. I don't know. I thought Moho's got the holiday animation thing going on right now. Thought about putting it in that, but you just get a credit to Renderosity right now, or whatever the Renderosity. I don't know. What is the thing they're giving away? I forget. Anyway, so he his rig's not too complex. I mean, it is and it isn't. Of course, he's got up and down. He bends multiple. I have shoulders on him. I usually hook shoulders to the body, the top of the body, some points up there to shrug, but his head's so big you can't even see him shrug. So I didn't even do it on this character. It didn't really make sense. I got squash and stretch up and down. And I just added squash and stretch to these main bones right here. And that allows us to squash and stretch him and just hook it up to that smart bone right there. I got a bend. Now, the bend, what I do is, if you can see, there's squash and stretch bones moving as well on the screen. What I did was, when I set up the smart bend bone, I lowered the head. As you can see, this bone right here is actually moving. I just used my transform bone tool, right? And I grabbed the point and I moved it down. So now when I bend, his head looks like it's coming lower. And as you can see, the squash and stretch bones also connected to this bone. So I'm operating them both. So when he bends, I got the squash coming down and then his head's coming lower, right? And if you look up top, the look, I got a look bone that says look up. Looks up and down like that. So that one's also connected to the bend. So as you can see, he's looking down, and then when he goes up, he's looking up at the same time, right there. Got a head turn from side to side. Smile is basically the mustache going up and down. Blink, his eyes blink. His eyes go side to side. His brows go up and down. Move the hat with the brow. Got a body turn as well, whole body. And same thing. When the body turns, it affects the head turn, right? A little bit of movement in the feet as well. So that's basically his rig right there. Hope somebody gleaned something from that. Got any questions? I'll be happy to answer the questions on the Santa rig. Cool thing about the new update is we can select all of our bones, and then we can well, you can set shy bones here, but I got them, and you can hide selected bones, so when in playback you can just watch it. This computer's lag, it won't keep up. So anyway, we're about 40 minutes in. If anybody got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If not, we'll shut it down for the night. I'll work on this little short and see if I can finish it up. So, got a question, you can post it, and we'll move on. All right. Well, I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, hanging out. Hopefully these tutorials have been helpful. If they have, give us a like on YouTube. Appreciate that. Also, remember the hand packs available. How many layers for the character? Let's see. Control layer. I got several layers in the head. As you can see, I got the hat. This is a shadow, the mustache, the beard, the beard shadow, and then the head actually itself. It's got the face parts, which is the nose, the eyes, the brows, the shadow on the face, and then the actual the base of the face, which is the shape built there. Then I got the right arm, the left arm. My hand pack collection is what you see there. Got all 33 hands on both sides. And then the body itself has got the shadow, which is this on the side right here. It's got the buckle. It's got the base, which is just the basic shape of the body. And then we got the right foot, which has got several, it's got 5 different foot positions in there. Leg, left foot, and then it's got the ground shadow. And then the bag is a whole separate rig on its by itself. So we got squash and stretch on the bag like that with the shadow. And then we also got where we can move and rig the bag. So the bag can have a little life of its own. I figured Santa's got him a pretty cool bag, right? So, hey, thanks, Douglas. Appreciate it. So hopefully, guys, this has been something that you pick up some tips, you know, get you going. So give us a like, spread the word. I think the more word we get out about Moho, support the other guys that are teaching, streaming, like their stuff, so we can get Smith Micro, you know, keep advancing our software, you know, and I think it will if we make enough buzz out there, they'll know we love it, we use it, and we want to keep going with it. So thanks, appreciate it. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for joining me. Take care. We'll see you. Bye.